Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, episode 34 I believe this one is. We are playing as our new ruler. We are now an adult, we are married, lots of things going on. But we still need to take 4 more counties in Great Britain before we are able to form Britannia. With my marriage to Queen Marie, the realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during a time of jubilation. We can either get 225 gold that we don't need, or gain 350 prestige. Let's take the prestige this time around. I think we're good enough. We are trying to lose some stress. We have a little bit more than we would like. We are paranoid. I'd like to get rid of that if at all possible. We do have a court physician. We have a prisoner. Can't do anything about that. Call to war already. This is West Francia calling us to war against Neustria and Vermandois. Fine, we shall say yes. Is this like a civil war? I think this is a civil war, isn't it? So, yeah, I mean, I could raise my levies and get them involved in this. I probably should. I really don't want to be in this war, but we're going to do it anyway. So let's go and move the rally point down there. We will raise the armies and we will get them across as soon as we can. They're not fully reinforced, but that should be fine. Well, they are fully reinforced now. That's costing a lot of money, isn't it? I don't like things that cost me money. Really need to get rid of paranoid. It's really difficult sometimes to tell which places you're hostile against and which one. I mean, armies is simple enough. You know, grey not hostile, blue ally, red enemy, orange colour sort of hostile too, but not a direct enemy. Surety of supply. Well, we're used to this event, aren't we? So 53% chance of well-provisioned armies, or we can lose the 115 gold. Let's just straight up lose the gold, because I don't like that almost coin flip chance of that event going my way. Not great. So I think while their armies are all down here, although some of them are heading this way, I think what I will do is just jump in and try and siege some places out. I want to keep the armies relatively close to one another in case these guys do come up here and try and siege me out. Apparently I can't siege here because these aren't... Again, what am I supposed to be sieging? What is hostile territory? I don't know. Is that hostile territory? What can I siege out? I guess this is West Francia, isn't it? So let's try going the other side of the red line. Is that going to be a siege? That is a siege. Okay. In that case, let's move you over here so you're all close to one another. Upset over conversion for 5 years. A plea for peace. My lord, this is war. My feeble vassal sighs before continuing. It's hard on the troops or hard on all of us. I must admit I had my doubts. Maybe I should do something to alleviate his growing misgivings. Reduce his feudal taxes to us. I really don't want 70 stress. This is the problem. Because we're paranoid, we get double stress for everything. So I really want to make that go away as quickly as possible. In the meantime, though, I'm just going to sit up here and continue to help siege these down. Under siege, the true enemy of every soldier is complacency. My vassal Duke Sidifor says before smiling coldly, we are standing side by side upon the castle's walls, looking down on the soldiers conducting drills below. We could exchange the castle's gate for planks of wood and dull the arrows in the troops' quivers, he continued. Lead the soldiers in a mock charge on the castle and see how well they do in action. So this is a vassal and a knight. He's also a treacherous villain, which is well worth keeping an eye on. Good idea, you lead the defenders. Might gain a martial lifestyle perk. Or our time is better spent improving our defences. Fort level +2 and garrison size +20%. Yeah, I don't trust that guy. So let's leave him out in the cold. It's not worth it for a chance of getting a martial lifestyle perk. Obviously this one's going quicker because this is the siege army. That little tiny stack of knights there is about to get steamrolled by the West Francian army here, if he gets across the river quick enough. No, he hasn't. We've discovered the cultural Cassius Belli, so what does that give us exactly? Where is it? Here. Can use individual de jure county Cassius Belli. So I think that is basically if we hold a kingdom or a duchy, we automatically get a CB on all of the counties underneath those titles. That's good. City planning we are still working on. 6 years. Let's get that done and then we'll start working on the higher tech stuff. Catholicism's fervour is still decreasing. Yeah, we might end up having to just go in and smash these armies. I mean, I do have an 8k stack, but I was rather hoping that I'd be able to get my levy size to... That's it. Come and stand on top of me and give me a little bit more attrition. That's what I need. I was kind of hoping that we'd be able to get our levy size up a bit more so we could take the remaining provinces required from Alba. Probably not going to happen anytime too soon. We can probably go up to speed 4 here. We've got relatively good vision, so we can see if their armies get too close to us. And if anything terribly important happens, it'll pause. My wife is pregnant. Excellent. Hopefully it will be a son. The Mercia dynasty is known far and wide. We just steamrolled their knights. Yep, we're now noteworthy. There we go. There's another successful siege. You're moving into that one, so it never lets me select the army when I want to. I'm going to move over into this one. We might have to go down here and do some steamrolling in a little bit. Or possibly even grab this. Greetings, my liege. I've come to discover the most appalling truth behind Duchess Elfield. So this is Duchess of somewhere in North Riding. Though I loathe to bring the matter to your attention, I must inform you that this woman is keeping secrets of the most alarming kind from you. Your concern is deeply appreciated. Reveal what the secret is. You learned of her deviant secret. Oh, you deviant. You're a beast. Shameful behaviour. You're an adulterer. You're a lisping, eager, revelling, avaricious adulterer. Alright. Whatever. Motherly advice. My mother often spends hours pointing out little details I miss at my court. 2 servants who used to fight now gossip. The Castellan seems more quiet than usual, and a candelabra has been moved to the other side of the hall. Better to know than to regret not knowing. You gain parent aid intrigue. Come on. This doesn't work sometimes. It used to be a timeout, so you used to have to leave the mouse there for so long. I've changed it so it's now... I just hit middle click, and you can see when I hit the middle mouse button, you get this extra little border appear on the inside of it, but then sometimes it still moves off. It's really weird. So +3 intrigue. Well, I definitely don't want the stress. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take that. I don't mind. The Queen is not... Well, something still happened. I mean, she's pregnant. A task finished. What was that task? That would have been culture. So, let's go and do that again. Yeah, the culture flips are definitely working. And they're quite quick as well. It only takes them a few years in most cases. So it'd be good to get everywhere being the right culture, and then they'll all start flipping over from tribal and flipping over to the right type of holding. Because at the minute there's quite a lot of them that are still tribal over here. Was that one of them? Is Gwent still tribal? No, Gwent is still Welsh. What was the one that I just flipped over? I'm sure I just did one of them somewhere. Yeah, Anglo-Saxon. Yeah, that should be alright. Prisoners taken in siege. So that's another siege one. That was this one. Let's get you down over here. That army's moving to the south as well. 40% in this war. My daughter and heir. Good Catholic name. Beatrice. I can pronounce Beatrice. Newborn daughter is the new player heir. So I'd really like a male heir. But we'll see what happens. I mean, it doesn't make much difference in the grand scheme of things, except if you've got a female heir and you marry, it's much harder to get a matrilineal marriage, which means if you end up getting a patrilineal marriage, then your children end up being of the other dynasty rather than your own. So it's always better to have a male heir just to keep the lines of succession going. Greetings, my perceptive liege. I've discovered that this duke, just a vassal, inherited contract obliges him to more than you have collected. Let's get some more feudal taxes from him. Certainly need them while we're at war. Hoping this war won't go on for too much longer. There's another siege. That was quite a quick one, actually. Once this siege over here is over, up top, I might just bring this army down and just go and take their armies on directly. Because sieging stuff out doesn't appear to be giving us an awful lot of... sieging stuff out doesn't appear to be giving us an awful lot of war score here. And now we're being raided. The vision of CKIII. While studying the tactics of ancient generals, I was inspired when I learned about Constantine's victory at the Battle of the Milvian Bridge. The night before the battle, Constantine dreamed that victory would be granted if he painted CKIII, a symbol of Christ, on the soldiers' shields. He did exactly that, and the next day he overran the forces of the usurper Maxentius, who fell into the Tiber River and drowned. The wicked are no match for God's armies, gain Holy Warrior, so faith hostility advantage plus 10. Like Constantine, no river can delay my victory, gain the trait Forder, crosses water without an advantage penalty. That is nice. Logistically speaking, flexible tactics won that battle. I don't want 70 stress. Yeah, let's take Forder. I quite like that as a trait. It's really handy if you're coming in from a crossing a river or taking a coastal landing. Where do we go here? Reduce CB cost, natural dread and control growth. I mean, a lot of these are nice. Although I do think strategist is generally better overall. Just for having a better army. In Crusader Kings, having a better army solves most problems. So that's kind of what I want to do here. Let's go ahead and move this army in just to help with this siege. Vassal taken prisoner, so still lots of like little internal squabblings going on. This siege should go quite quickly. Of course, I am up to speed 4, so that's one of the reasons why the sieges are going so fast. I was going to say I've got many more men here than that. It's a 7,000 stack. So as soon as this siege is done, let's go down and start kicking this army around. We've been overwhelmed by stress again. Spies have informed me about a hunter causing a ruckus at the local tavern. The man has been spending large amounts of gold and bragging loudly about the great deal he struck with a fancy lady in pearls and silk. Apparently he drew a map of local plains for an unknown noblewoman. The spies think the lady must be scheming against me or one of my subjects. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. We gain 20 more stress because we're paranoid and we gain more vigilant. Or the idiot belongs in a dungeon. We still gain more vigilant. Let's do that. The stress is not great. Here's that mental break again. We're actually at stress level 2. Strange recluse, but it's only for 10 years. Do you know what? We'll take the reclusive. It's only for 10 years, and then we will as soon as we can do like another feast or something. We can seclude ourselves to focus our mind, but I don't think we need to do that right now. This battle should go our way. We can also try and gain a friendship with somebody. If we can do that, it'll actually help us out. Let's go and split this army up again. And take the sieging army to go and start unsieging some stuff. Child of my dynasty. My sister has given birth to a son. Isaac. I can pronounce Isaac. I've got a colleague called Isaac. It's easy enough. Right. A demonstration of leadership. My vassal has been hovering around my council meetings lately. Knowing her interest in matters of leadership, I cannot help but feel that the woman is waiting for me to impress her. Could probably engage her in conversation. On the other hand, it might be better for her to simply see me interacting with my men. There is something to be said for at least pretending to know every soldier's face. Let's discuss methods of communication. She gains 20 opinion. Levy reinforcement rate plus 25. What is her opinion of me? Minus 9. Let's get the opinion. We really need to get some... why can you no longer work on county faith conversion? Is something weird going on here? Maybe it's flipped over on its own. Sometimes that happens, especially when you change the local culture. Sometimes the religion changes as well. So that may be what that is. Yeah, I think we can probably unsiege a few of these things. Let's take you down to this one, actually. So their army's coming this way. I think I might head over and kick the snot out of them again. Our wife is pregnant once more. How did we pass each other? That's a fight you want to take, is it? Okay. Well, I'll say no to that. There's only 5% on the war score there. 99%. This war's going to be over soon. It should just tick over in the next month anyway. Just wait for it. Yeah, 100%. There we go. Come on, there's no need to keep the war going. You're at 100%. There we go. Right, so now we're no longer at war, which is a good position to be in. Prisoners can be ransomed. See if we can get ourselves back above 1,000 gold. A scheme at court. My spy master has come to me with grave news. While we do not know who, someone is plotting to kill my archbishop. Do I have to stop that from happening? Because to be quite honest, my archbishop is terrible. And we could do with a much better one. Another 10 gold there. And another 10 gold there. Okay, yeah. Well, the current archbishop is like a 5. Awful. Yes, wife is assisting ruler. Still haven't managed to sway her yet. She doesn't particularly like me. Our chance to sway, I don't know, I guess it's 58%. Neighbouring ruler lost war. That is our sister is now married. That's great. Still got those 2 alliances. Now, let's say I was to go to war with Alba. Just out of interest, let's see what our options are. So, I don't have any direct claims on my own. I still have somebody in my court who has a claim on them as a whole. And apparently, they're vastly inferior. Interesting. Let's give this a go. I know this might be a long video, but I'm very, very interested to do this. Actually, though, I'm going to do it in the next video. Very specific reason for that is that even if I do manage to take the land, I'm going to spend that much money during the war that I will be under 1,000 gold and I won't be able to form Britannia. So we'll save that for the next video. So I'm going to end here. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you're still enjoying Crusader Kings 3. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.